Update AITAH for telling my picky Bill that I want change how he cooked to accommodate him. Original post okay, wow. I was not expecting that last post to blow up like it did. Thank you to everyone that shared their opinions about the situation, why all helped me realize that I wasn't being some jerk there. And that I needed to stop letting people walk all over me. I've struggled with that for most of my life and I am trying to do better. Onto the update, it's a small one, there wasn't a huge blow up. I wasn't expecting to update this quickly, but my sister and Bill. If nothing else, they have audacity. They spent the entire day downstairs today, besides when they went out shopping for a bit. They came back around while I was making my husband and I lunch, and they asked what I was making. I cooked a white cheddar parmesan sauce chicken white bean dish, only enough for my partner and I. Our kids shared a container of Alfredo we got them today. Bill, when he walked in, asked what smelled good because he want some. I answered with what it was, and he said that he wasn't interested anymore. The vibe in the room noticeably changed and they went downstairs without a word after a minute. Didn't care, like at all. Our lunch was amazing, and I wasn't going to let anyone harshen the mood. They went downstairs and the day moved on. My dad came home later into the day around 7 p.m. and we hadn't made dinner yet. We ate lunch fairly late around 3 p.m, so we waited until evening to eat. I made 2 frozen pizzas, enough for my husband, daddy and I. My kids don't like pizza, so they had other stuff. If you buy frozen pizzas even semi-regularly, you may know that they are not huge. 2 of them is going to be just enough for 3 hungry people. My dad, husband and I grabbed a few pieces of pizza and started eating. None of us got enough to get full, but it wasn't like the pizzas were going anywhere right. Apparently not. One of the basement dwellers, as my dad has started calling them, came upstairs to get a snack. It was Bill. He talked with us for a minute, then went downstairs, then quickly came back up and talked for another minute. He went back downstairs and all is good until my dad gets up to get another slice of pizza. Bill took nearly every single piece that was left. He didn't say he didn't ask. He just took almost the entirety of the pizza we had left and dipped. My dad got pissed. He said some not very nice things about them to my husband and I, and we agreed. He called them entitled and said that they seem to feel awfully entitled to food from the people they avoid like the plague. And that they were crappy people. I didn't expand into this much in my replies yesterday, but my sister and Bill have caused issues here since they moved in. It got to the point before they even got here that my dad didn't even really want them here. A few examples of issues we had before moving in: they demanded my dad give up his room so they could have their cats upstairs. My dad said no, they could have the entire basement to themselves, but they couldn't bring cats into the main house. Nearly everyone in the house is allergic to cats, my husband being so allergic that extended exposure can make him have to go to the ER. Sister and Bill threw the biggest fit imaginable. They said they would never live in a basement, that they were getting his room. And that he promised it to them. He told them before they had cats that they could possibly have that room. This was an argument for weeks, until finally, the basement sounded better than paying rent or being homeless. So they accepted it, and had my dad travel states away to help them pack and move, he had to pay for everything. They wouldn't help at all. The moving truck, the plane ticket down there, the gas to drive nearly 1,000 miles, hotel rooms. The night he went to help pack, they refused to let him even sleep on their couch. He had to spend nearly 100 on a hotel room because of that. When they finally came up, Bill had a job lined up. He could be started within a week. It was the same business he worked for, just a different branch. They told him he could work there, but he refused. Why? Because instead of placing him at the store 1 mile away, they wanted to place him at the store 2 miles away. The horror, so he refused the job and didn't get one for over a month. He applied to one job. He was never going to get a security gig where you need experience to get hired before finally getting hired at a grocery store. That entire situation frustrated everyone, but my dad especially. They didn't have jobs and complained constantly about being broke. They said they couldn't afford to help with anything, yet they went and got Dunkin' almost every day. They had multiple 100 Walmart trips, one time spending $250 on stuff for their cats on a whim. My dad had already purchased the stuff they needed for their cats. They were broke, but went and got fancier versions of the things. Sister and Bill spend 90% of their time in the basement. They only come up if they need to eat or they need to go to work. They spend most of their day playing video games for 4 hours, so many times over 8 hours, and smoking e-kick. They also seemingly have an alcohol problem. My sister talking about how in the first few months of being home, she'd already gone through over 3 big bottles of liquor. My dad sees them basically neat.